Today we are going to practice painting our monochromatic color schemes. So you're going to get a sheet that looks like this, just a normal computer paper. You are also going to get a palette of paint. On there you will have the main hue. In this case it's purple. Okay. You will also get white to make tints and black to make shades. That is all you need today. You will also notice that I do not have a lot of paint because we are only painting this right now. We are not doing our final artwork yet. So to practice, the first thing you're going to do, you'll notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rectangles. And the first one, it says original hue. So in this case, again, it would be my violet. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to paint that rectangle violet. Now I don't need to use a ton of paint. Okay, it's also not extremely important that you stay inside the lines today. The point is to practice mixing. Okay, so I have my first original color, original hue, which is purple. The next thing you're going to do, this is important, is you're going to kind of divide up your paint. So you are going to take your purple and kind of bring it over by the white. I would say half of it here, the other half a little bit closer. Next, we're going to start, and you always want to start with your tints, which would be your white. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to take just a little white. That's all I need, and I'm going to mix it with my violet. So it's lighter than the original purple. I'm going to go and I'm going to do my tint. Notice how the tint is down at the bottom, so I'm going to do my first tint here. And you can see that it is lighter than the original hue, the original violet. Next, I'm going to do another tint. So I'm going to go ahead and grab more white. Again, mixing it in, and you will notice that's even lighter. I'm going to go ahead and do my next one. It is always better to add a little bit of white at a time. You don't want to add too much. Then again, my lightest tint, I'm going to add more white. And maybe a teeny bit more white. You can always grab more white, but it's hard to go back. So make sure I use a little bit of time. Then I'm going to do my lightest tint of violet. And you should have 3 different tints of violet. So you have the original, you have the next lightest, and again, here is the lightest violet. Next, you're ready to do the shades. Now the shades, it's even more important that you take a little bit of time. So I'm going to kind of wipe off my brush. We're not going to wash our brush in between tints and shades, just kind of wipe it off on the paper. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a teeny bit of black. Black goes a very long way. And I'm going to start mixing it in. Now ours are going to get a little gray because we do have white, but do the best you can to wipe it off. So then I have a darker violet. Then I can go ahead and grab more. Okay, again, just teeny bit of black goes a very long ways. I'm going to mix that in. When we do our final project, we are not going to use white and black at the same time, so it'll definitely be a shade. Won't have any white in it, so it's getting darker. Okay, and then my final one, a teeny bit of black, and I mix it. And then I will paint my final one. So I go all the way from the lightest violet to the darkest violet. You'll notice I didn't even use hardly all of my paint, so when you're passing out paint, make sure we do not take a lot of paint. We do not need a lot. So that is what we are doing today. You're going to do 3 tints and 3 shades to practice a monochromatic color scheme.